I said, I am so tired of surrendering things. Like at this point, what is the point? Because it's gotten me nowhere. I said that just last week. Agape love. It's an unselfish love that gives, expecting nothing in return. In the midst of so much frustration, feeling like my life for the last 5 years has just been giving up and surrendering, I said to the Lord, I'm like, what is the point of all this? I said, I sure hope this means something up there, because down here it doesn't feel like it's amounting to much. There was a stillness. And he said to me, Deanna, will you release something even if it never comes back to you? Will you let it go knowing that it might never be restored? We use this word surrender very loosely. There's only one example of true surrender, and it's when God gave his only son so that he could be with you always, expecting nothing in return. When Jesus went, knowing some people would spit on an eternal gift they would never truly understand. We think that it's too good to be true. So we try to return the favor by derailing the very reason for the love being the type of love that it is. We experience moments of surrender in our lives. When we willingly release something, we've been conditioned to believe that restoration means receiving something in its place. But what if the absence of what was surrendered is the restoration of a greater perspective? How many times have we released something to the Lord expecting a full return, only for nothing to come fill in the gap? Only something did, just not what we expected. Then we're angry at him for not validating our surrender. Maybe he's giving us a glimpse into his ways, releasing something, expecting nothing in return. After all, he didn't expect us to value his sacrifice. He did it even if we didn't receive it, even if we never told anyone about it, even if we never rejoiced over it. Surrender. There's this hardness in our heart that begins to form, and we say things like, I've surrendered so much, I've given up so much. What was the point? Because truthfully, we're looking to be rewarded for doing a good service for the Lord. But what if when he says, my child, release it, it isn't to get something back, but to let it go because we love the one who asked us to release it, expecting nothing in return? Perhaps this is trusting his heart when we don't see his hand. Perhaps this is agape love. Maybe this is the beauty of it all, to catch a glimpse of how he loves us, releasing something, surrendering something, expecting nothing in return. Sometimes the beauty of God is that he will take you through great lengths that don't make any sense, only to reveal his love for you on the other side of your life being dismantled. I'm actively watching him change my heart. When he opens your eyes to something so pure, your heart begins to sing back to him like, Lord, I want to give you everything. I'll give you my all, even if it never comes back to me. Because it was never about that anyways, but about who I gave it up for. I released it for the one that I love, expecting nothing in return. This is his heart for us. He teaches us who he is in the most profound ways. It's very hard to view surrender in this way, but we have the greatest example. For God so loved the world that he gave his only. He released willingly his only. He surrendered up his only, expecting nothing in return. Shortly after I had this moment, I was led to John 13:35. He says, by this type of love, all people will know that you're my disciples. By pouring out what I poured into you, people will know that you were with me.